Hello, everyone. We got about a minute until we actually have to go live for the live stream. So I'm going to let that happen while I announce to everyone on the Book of Face that it is time to go live so we can talk about our book. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm going to chit chat with you guys a little bit while I share the live stream out. So don't mind me not actually looking directly at y'all. Where is it? Let's see. It is boop. Trying to make sure I don't share some things I'm not meaning to share. Let's see. Where are we? Here we go. All right. And we are almost there, y'all. One moment. Here we are. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share this too. Let's talk about Little Monarchs by Jonathan Case. Period. Okay. Oh, and then I hope that everyone can hear me. Oh, I forgot one thing. I don't see my little, hang on a second, y'all. That's okay. That is okay. My name isn't up there. I forgot to add that, but that's neither here nor there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome back to regular viewers. Welcome to the replay viewers. Ooh, y'all, I'm trying a virtual screen out, so y'all have to forgive me while I get used to it. I don't actually have my green screen, so we're trying new things, and I'm trying to figure out where to place myself so it doesn't look weird. I have to remember what clothes to wear and what not to wear so that I show up if I'm using the virtual screen. I don't know about this, y'all. Hang on, let me see if I take my jacket off, if that helps. That's better. That's much better. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, regular viewers, live stream viewers. Welcome so much, replay viewers. I'm happy to have you both here today as we discuss our book for this month, and that is Little Monarchs by Jonathan Case. Before we jump into that, though, hold on one second. I have to pull this out. I have some notes I need to access. Okay, so let's add this to the stage. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Little Monarchs by Jonathan Case. I included his illustrated picture because he did write and illustrate this book. But I really think his illustrated picture is cute and it looks just like him. It's adorable. So anyway, but before we do jump into the books, I have a few announcements and we're going to be talking about really quickly here. So let's see. So we have a lot of cool things that are coming up this month here at Lamb Library and throughout the district. It is Earth Day this month, and so we're celebrating a lot of Earth Day in spring. One of the things that's going to be happening is on April the 22nd. They're going to be here at Lamb Library, April the 22nd at 2 o'clock. We're going to be doing some classic crafting for social seniors. We actually do that every month. But on that specific day, they're going to be doing wood burning garden markers. So for those of you who were able to make it to the classic, it's a tongue twister, honey, classic crafting for social seniors on the 15th, you'll know that they decorated terra pots. So this program ties into that one. And so now they're going to be working with wood burning tools to make garden markers. You don't have to have gone to the previous class to come to this one. They just tied in well together. So if you went to that class, you definitely want to come to the one on the 22nd. There might still be some room for you to sign up, so please check that out. You can either do that on the website or give us a call, and we'll take care of you and let you know if there is any more room. Let's see what else we got going on for announcements. So on the 27th, that's a Saturday, there's going to be the Beulah Library Grand Opening, and that's from 9 a.m. until noon. It's for all ages. Check out the Beulah Satellite Library. Meet the staff members. There's going to be face painting, screen printing, prize raffles, treats, and a whole lot more. So for folks who live out in Beulah, or if you know people who live out there, please let them know that on Saturday the 27th, the Satellite Library is having its grand reopening. There's going to be lots of treats and prizes and fun things to do, and we'd love to see you there. Also, if you are interested in attending a book club that actually meets in person versus this awesome virtual one, we have that right here at Lamb Library. The book that they're going to be reading for Monday, April the 29th is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. And that's the Horror Cafe at Lamb Library at 7 p.m. on April the 29th. They're also going to be providing refreshments and espresso drinks. So come for the book, stay for the coffee, and the good discussion. All right, I do believe that is all we have. Also, we put out our newsletter. Ooh, honey, now I'm gone. Look, watch this, y'all. I'm gone. Okay, so we have a newsletter that we put out every month. If you do not have, if we run out or if you don't get it, you can also check out what we have as far as events and whatnot online. You can even actually, y'all, you can print out your brochure. Ooh, I don't like this virtual screen. We won't be using this again, y'all. I was trying to try something new and I should have not done that because look at my hands. They kind of just disappear and then they come back. I don't like the virtual screen, but maybe I need to back it up. Maybe that'll be helpful. Oh, it is. Oh, it's much helpful. I just need to back my computer up. Okay. So anywho, if you're looking for events to do across the district versus just the ones that I kind of shout out, you can either get the newsletter. Let me see if it'll show up now that I pushed it back. No, it's too white. Let's see. No, it's too white. It ain't happening, y'all. I'm sorry. Anywho, you can also print out specific events that you want to go to and make your own personal brochure. All the instructions to do that are at pueblolibrary.org. So you can take care of that there. Okay. So let me see. I need to have a couple of things handy so that we can get to our discussion. All right. Let's pop to the next slide. So the author bio. Hang on. Let me see if I can move my big head out the way. Y'all know I always. There we go. So, Jonathan Case is the author. He's an Eisner Award-winning cartoonist whose works include Dear Creature, Green River Killer, a true detective story by Jeff Jensen, and The New Deal, an Amazon best-selling book of the year, which was also nominated for Reuben and Harvey Awards. Since beginning his comics career in 2006, Jonathan has also worked as a muralist, drawn Batman for DC Comics, and written and designed for Disney, and drawn storyboards and posters for film, TV, and video games. He lives in Silverton, Oregon with his family. And that's what he looks like, in case you was wondering. What does he look like in person? That, just like his drawing. Look, see, that's him right there. And he's pretty much the same, except for the drawing is adorable. He's probably pretty adorable in real life, too. Anywho, so let's talk about a little bit of the accolades that this book has gotten, praise and accolades, and then we'll go over the synopsis. Let me see if I can move my head. Do I need to? Hang on a second. That's me. Hold on, y'all. That's that one. That's better, but I just want to do there we go. Because y'all don't need to see my face to get the message. Okay, so let's talk about the praise first, because this is a really great book. Really, really good pictures, really good storyline. I really enjoyed all of it. Um, for a post-apocalyptic survival struggle, Little Monarch is nothing short of a romp, vibrant with a sense of exploration, adventure, and discovery. Case exalts science and its meticulous application and brings it to life through Elvie's journal, and the paternally nuanced palette supports the story's measured complicity. And that's from Booklist. It was a starred review. The eclecticism of Case's lively visuals in this riveting graphic novel will keep readers both enthralled and learning. The book teaches some astronomy, botany, biology, etymology, animal science, knot tying, and more. Elvie's special relationship with Flora, along with her quick wit, scientific knowledge, and careful observation skills, makes her character worth following. Yet she's all kid, superbly written and illustrated, keeps readers breathless and guessing until the end. Yeah. Anyway, I was just thinking about how it ended and whatnot and different things like that. So it's gotten a lot of accolades and whatnot. Let's talk about the synopsis real quick. Hang on, let me see if I can pop my head back in here. I don't want to do it like that. There we go. So let's talk about the synopsis, because yeah, the way I liked it. It was just so much going on. It was so good, and I'm trying not to give away too much because I want y'all to read it if you haven't had a chance to. I'm going to say spoilers if I'm going to mention any spoilers. I'm going to do my level best not to, but since this is a live video, if I do spoil anything, I'll let you know. I'll give you, I'll wait a few beats so you can pause it or skip over or something like that, because it's super, super wonderful. All right, let's read the synopsis real quick. All right. It's been 50 years since first of all, this is set in 2101. And it's been 50 years since the sun shift wiped out nearly all mammal life across the earth. Towns and cities are abandoned relics. Autonomous machines maintain roadways, and the world is slowly being reclaimed by nature. Isolated pockets of survivors keep to themselves in underground sites, hiding from the lethal sunlight by day and coming above ground at night. 10-year-old Elvie and her caretaker Flora, a biologist, are the only two humans who can survive during daylight because Flora made something to counteract the sickness using the scales from monarch butterfly wings. Unfortunately, it can only be made in small quantity and has a short shelf life. Free to travel during the day, Elvie and Flora follow monarchs as they migrate across the former western United States, constantly making new medicine for themselves while trying to find a way to make a vaccine they can share with everyone. Will they discover a way to go from a treatment to a cure and preserve what remains of humanity? Or will their efforts be thwarted by disaster and the very people they are trying to save? Little Monarch is a new type of graphic novel adventure, one that invites readers to take an intimate look at the natural world and the secrets hidden within. Elvie and Flora's adventures take place in real locations marked panel by panel with coordinates and a compass heading. Anyway, curious. I'm not going to read all that out. That's just some extra stuff. Let's get into these questions, shall we? So, question number one? What is the conflict of the? Hang on a second. Let me see something. Discussion questions. Here we go. So what is the conflict of this novel? There's so much conflict going on. So it's definitely man versus nature. If I ever saw anything like that before, that is going to be man versus nature here. So as they were talking about, the sun shifted, something happened, there's some radiation, and it's killing the people. So people have gone underground to live. Elvie right now is 10 going on 11. And Flora is her caretaker. So we need to talk a little bit about how that even happened in the first place, because in real life, Jonathan Case was talking about how he grew up. There was a lot of diversity around him. There were biracial or mixed children. Then there were children who were adopted into multi-ethnic families. And he said when he was little, he was just playing with them. He didn't think about how their mama and daddy was white, but they might have been black or Native American or Hispanic or what have you. And so he didn't really think about that so much, but I did. I was thinking about, why is this little black girl, why did her parents leave her with Flora? They left when she was 2. Why did they leave her with Flora? Whomsoever. Like, why didn't they take their 2-year-old with them? So they were going down to Mexico to look for the butterflies, because the monarchs live in Mexico. I mean, they live all over the place, but they really live in Mexico. There'd be tons of them in the forest, and that's where they're migrating to. So they went down there to find some medicine and to try and get more research to develop a vaccine. But I still don't understand why they didn't take their baby with them. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have made a baby and just left her with, somebody, grandpa and grandma and them. Anyway, I had an issue with that. It works out in the end, sort of. But yeah, what had happened? Anywho, more conflicts in the novel besides man versus nature. It's also man versus man. There's so much going on in here. Some of the conflict happens because Flora is a grown woman and she's trying to keep things light and not give a child much more trauma than she already has, that child being Elvie. So she really is keeping things light for Elvie. Maybe not necessarily delving into all the harsh truths and harsh realities, because she is just a baby girl. Anywho, some of that conflict is man versus man as well, because as we find out, there are some people who are not good people in the book. And hang on, because there's a quote in here that I really liked. And what does this say? Hang on. It's on page 50. And Flora is talking to Elvie, and Elvie's like, we could just share our medicine and the antidote, because they don't have to live in caves. They get to walk around. The radiation is not bothering them. I'm calling it radiation. They don't fully flesh that out, but radiation sickness is what we finna call it. Anywho, Flora is telling Elvie, if we had enough meds to share, that'd be one thing. But desperate people are dangerous. So the book takes really great care not to present people as, everybody's all evil and they're just out for themselves. They're just saying people are desperate. And so when desperate people are put in situations, what does she say? They're dangerous. They make bad decisions. They don't think about the whole. They think about themselves. And honestly, in any kind of apocalypse, you're going to really apocalypse or downfall of society, you're going to run into that quite a bit. Would these people under normal situations be dangerous? Probably not, but they're desperate, and so desperate people do dangerous things. And so they talk about that a lot. Now, a lot of the time, that one of the questions here, we're moving on to another question. It says, how does Flora becomes Evie's guardian? And like we were talking about, Flora was left to be Elvie's guardian, because her parents, Elvie's parents, left from where they were and went down to Mexico to try and find some more research on the medicine that Flora was trying to build and whatnot. And so their banter is more like older sister, little sister, even though Flora is responsible for taking care of Elvie. One of the things too, I wish that, let me see if I can find it in here, because one thing that I really enjoyed about this book, besides the artwork and how the action scenes, I'm gonna see if I can get in on it. You can't really get in on it. Maybe. Let me see. Nah, you can't. I'm sorry, y'all. One of the things that I really did like about this is Elvie's hair. The way Jonathan drew it, I thought it looked really cool. But her edges, y'all see how my little edges around here are fuzzy? That's because I didn't put any gel in my hair or lay it down or anything like that. And Elvie in this book, if you check it out, and we also have an e-version, an e-copy of it, you'll see her little edges, they're fuzzy, just like mine. She don't have her edges laid either. So I thought that even in the back, he put her little kitchen jar. And if you don't know what a kitchen is on a black woman's head, then I'm not finna explain it to you. But I know one thing. Jonathan Case knows what a kitchen is because he put them all on the back of Elvie head. So anyway, I thought that was super cute. I thought that it was a nice little detail to show that he has been paying attention. Another thing that I do like though is the idea of found family. That's one of the many, many themes and tropes throughout this book. So we're running into found family, a place to belong, nature versus nurture, nature versus man versus man. Those are themes and tropes and everything that we find throughout this book. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, I know. Describe how Jonathan Case creates suspense and danger in such scenes as the earthquake, which is the most life-threatening scene in the story. How has Flora prepared for almost any situation? Okay, so let's talk about that because this book is a J book. So it is meant for between what did Amazon say? Hold on, let me see what Amazon. I think they said 7 to 10 year olds. 7 to 12 year olds. So 7 to 12 year olds. Now, one of the ways that Jonathan Case, you'll find the earthquake scene on page 55. How he hang on, what does it say? Creates suspension danger. They're just in the car driving and talking. Um, they're talking. Elvie and Flora are driving along. They're going on their destination to get to Mexico. And they're chit chatting, and Elvie is asking Flora about her mother and her father. Can I have that picture you drew of my mom? Elvie's eating this disgusting, or Flora is eating this disgusting rotten apple, and even when she chews into it, it says "mersh," like it's mealy instead of crunch. You know, like a nice ripe apple versus one that's on its way out. Anywho, as they're driving down the road on the highway, because like we said, these highways are maintained by autonomous robots and things like that. Although you do see plants taking over, and it really wouldn't take plants that long to take over if there's no one to maintain like the roads and the sidewalks and whatnot. Plants will definitely take over. In some areas it'll be covered up and you'll never know that there was things there. In other areas you'll see that it's taking it a bit longer, but that's just how nature works. The land will reclaim its own. Anyway, they're driving down this road, and hang on, let me see if I can do it. There it is. Crack. That's on page 50, right here. So that's when the earthquake happens, and there's a big crack in the road. And then there's just a lot of shaking and all of this animation. Hang on. All of this. There's no words or anything, just sounds and crunches and shaking, and everything's upside down. And you see trees being uprooted, and poor little Evie. I keep saying Evie. Elvie is being jostled about, even though she has her seatbelt on. So it is just, I thought he did an amazing job with that. The frames are tilted to the side so that you really get their car is going all over the place, and that's super scary. If you've never been in a car wreck before, I don't recommend. 0 out of 10 will not recommend. But he did a really good job of displaying action and whatnot. Now the second part of that question was where is it? I'm sorry, y'all. I have lost it. I don't know where it went, y'all. Hang on. I was just reading it. Here it is. Um, Which is the most life-threatening scene in the story? Has Flora Okay, so they're asking me which scene in the story do I think is the most life-threatening. There's so many things that come along. I think one of the things that we can talk about that kind of leads to some of these life-threatening scenes is when they find Cito or Otis. Um, Otis is actually Jonathan Case's son, who passed away from complications from seizure in 2016. I believe Otis was 2 years old. So he has an homage to his baby in this book. And they're out. Flora and Elvie are out traveling to Mexico. They're gathering supplies, and they come across this site, and there's just this little boy there all by himself. Actually, they had camped for the night, and Elvie woke up and she saw a monarch, and she's trying to grab it, and she grabs and she follows this monarch, and there's this abandoned bus. And she finds it, and she's talking to it, and this little boy starts chirping at her or talking to her because he's only like 2. So you know how toddlers kind of have language down, and they don't, and they kind of don't. That's the kind of words he's saying. He scares the dickens out of poor Elvie because she doesn't know that he's there. Anyway, Flora is still asleep. Elvie grabbed the little boy because she don't see nobody around, and she ain't finna leave a 2-year-old because she knows how to take care of herself, and also because her caregiver is not her birth parents. And so she knows you just got to look out for people. Flora has done such a really, really good job of teaching Elvie all types of survival skills. She teaches Elvie how to use the coordinates on a map so that she can always find herself, how to find clean water, how to identify poisonous herbs and medicinal herbs, what to eat, how to survive, all kind of things. And one thing that I really, really like about the book is you'll note it at the very beginning, and it continues throughout the book. You'll see little bitty coordinates for longitude and latitude, and then that way you can follow along throughout the book. And these are real locations, and it's all kind of happening in the Pacific Northwest. That's where Jonathan Case lives, so he's super, super familiar. But also in 2022, he and his family, to promote the book, went driving and was tracing the monarch butterflies routes as well to promote the book, to promote milkweed seeds. Monarch butterflies need milkweeds to lay the caterpillars on. You learn so much in this book. We learn about etymology, astrology, botany. What else? I said astrology. I meant astronomy. We learn about vaccines and science. There's so much science in this book. Super, just so much fun. I say so much fun, but there's some really hard things that happen in the book too. So it is a really great book for people who are concerned about climate change, concerned about the environment, people who are really wanting to make a difference and make a change. Let's go on to the next question. Let me see. There is one where she's talking about McCall, I mean. Hang on a second. Oh, here we go. Who is Roy McCall? Why does he call Elvie a little firecracker? Elvie tells Roy about Flora's mission. Explain why Flora tells her to stop. Who is Lewis? Describe his behavior. Okay, so Roy McCall, they still have radio capabilities. Like they can talk on shortwave radios and broadcast and things like that. And Roy McCall is a chemist who has some ideas about sun sickness and what to do to help combat it and to create a vaccine for it. So hang on. And he ends up calling Elvie a little firecracker because she is kind of sassing Flora back. Like she's telling Flora what's on her mind. That's why he calls her that, because she's telling Flora what's on her mind. When they found Otis at a crash site, Elvie took some of the medicine and left it in a cooler and told them, hey, this is where we're going to be. This is the kind of car we're in. We got your kid. And I know why she did that, because she don't remember her parents. And she's always wondering, are they still alive? It's been 8 years. We don't know if they're alive. We don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to see them again. I think she really wanted to give Otis a chance to see his family again so that they could find him. If somebody was looking for him, a relative, a found family member, a made family member. So she put she put the medicine in a cooler because it expires, the sun sickness medicine, and left a note with enough instructions on where they would be and how to identify them, so that Roy McCall and Lewis and a couple of other people. I don't know why I want to call this lady Buena Vista. That is not her name. I don't know why I want to call her that. Anywho, they are able to find Elvie and Flora, and they meet up with them. And Elvie starts telling them about Flora's discovery and how cool it is. And Flora says, stop. Elvie is just a 10-year-old girl. She doesn't understand, even though Flora has told her, hey, desperate people are dangerous. She doesn't understand that all grown-ups are not going to help her, that they're not there to be beneficial, that they can be quite dangerous and do horrible, horrible things to you. And so she starts telling them, because she's like, dude, if we can make enough to share, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we help these people? Because some people is bad, baby. This is like Mad Max, but with butterflies, and a lot less of the mad part of the Mad Max. Ouch. But society is broken down. It's collapsed. And so is all the accoutrements that come along with it. And so learning to be wary and suspicious is something that a 10-year-old's going to have a hard time with, especially Elvie is super smart. She's very precocious, and she's only really been around Flora for quite some time. So these people that they run into, Otis's people, they're new for her. They're a novelty. They are somebody, it's a chance for her to get to talk to somebody else. So I can see why she wasn't as cautious as Flora would have liked her to be. Elvie's 10 years old. She has been driving around with Flora for most of her life. They don't run into that many people. So when they do, she's wanting to mix and mingle and talk to them and share experiences. So, Flora has to be protective of Elvie, with also watching out for Elvie and making sure that she's safe and that their medicine is safe and that they don't get used and abused for something that they have that other people desperately want. Again, desperate people are dangerous. They do dangerous things. All right, let's see. Oh, one thing I forgot this whole time, because I've been so wrapped up in the discussion. Please remember to like the page. It helps the algorithm. It tells the algorithm you like what I'm doing here and that you want to see more of it. So please like the page. What else? Let's see. Let me check the comment section real quick to see if there are any comments. Okay, I don't see any. Let's go back over here. All right. We only have I think we have time for one more question. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to pick questions that won't be spoilers. So far, so good. I haven't, I kind of have spoiled a few things. I think I told you that I would give you a heads up. I forgot to do that, y'all. No, actually, no, I haven't. No, I haven't done any spoilers. I had to stop and think about what I've been saying for the past 40 minutes or so. I haven't quite given any spoilers, and I'm not going to since I've gotten this far. Let me see if I can find a question that will not. Oh, here's one. How are real facts about monarch butterflies used in the story? Explain how it is helpful information to know for the story and in real life. So there are a lot of facts in they're talking about how monarch butterflies depend on milkweed, which is a plant that grows. The caterpillars they lay their chrysalis on the milkweed. They eat that, and then when the caterpillars come out, the caterpillars can eat that too. Without milkweed, you ain't got no monarchs. They what do they call it? A symbiotic relationship. Also, one of the things that Jonathan Case does that looks weird. Look at my hand just floating in space. One of the things that Jonathan Case does is that he tracks the route of the monarch butterflies from the Pacific Northwest down to Mexico and gives us longitude and latitude. That is something real that happens. That is something that the monarchs do every year. So it's super important to talk about how environmental changes can impact animals' migration. So we're learning. The reason why I really like this is that we are learning about etymology, astronomy, botany, what else? Chemistry, longitude and latitude, reading maps, putting survival skills to use, all kind of things that you are going to need in a post-apocalyptic future. But I really do think that putting in the real life route of the monarch butterflies and all this, the longitude and latitude, will really help it sink in and make it real for people. Make it more than just a, what do they call, a cautionary tale? Because for some people, they're just maybe not so on board with climate change and global warming and all of that. And I think this helps people. It can start to help people to really understand how a shift in, we'll say cosmology, but that's not the right word. How the sun shifting really could affect all of us. I think it was also a way for him to discuss some issues around climate change without calling it climate change, but also keep it based in reality without fear mongering so much, if that makes any sense. There are a few incidents that are a bit concerning that do happen in the novel, and I think he handled it really, really well. I almost forgot, y'all. I almost forgot. He mentions Cave of the Winds. Have y'all ever been there? I've been there. It's super amazing. At one point, they decide to go underground for a little while, and they go to Cave of the Winds, and I'm like, holy moly. He's got a map and everything. And of course, people need to go deep, deep down to stay out of the sun so they don't get the sun sickness. But when I saw that, I'm like, Cave of the Winds, I went there, and the albino, I say albino, they're not albino grasshoppers. They don't have melanin. Those crickets, and they've adapted to live without sunlight because they live in caves. And if you put your hands out, you can feel their little antenna wiggling on your hands. Ugh. Anyway, I mean, it was just a weird feeling. They're not gross or nothing. Let's see. Let me see if there's one more question. That won't be a spoiler. Let's see. Yeah, I think I've answered most of them. I don't want to answer the climax, although there is a climax. I don't want to answer that, child. That is definitely a spoiler. All right, we are going to wrap it up then. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. Thank you, live stream viewers, as always, and replay viewers. Next month's book for May is Magic Has No Borders by Sonia Charipotra and a bunch of other people. It's a short story anthology. It's for Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It's going to be here on the 16th of May at 4 p.m. We have that book in print form, audio ebook, and ebook as well. So any of those formats, you definitely can check them out here. We'd love to have you at the next discussion. I appreciate everybody's time. Let me make sure I don't have any more slides. I did it, y'all. Okay. Thank y'all so much. Remember to like the page. Let the algorithm know you like what I'm doing here. Also, remember to share the live stream so everybody else can jump in and have fun with Lovely right here from Lovely from the Library. I will see you next month. Remember to chat it up on the Facebook page, the Lovely from the Library Facebook page, where we have our discussions for our book club. Since we're a virtual book club, the discussions are also virtual, unless if you sign up for the newsletter. Did I ask y'all to do that? Hold on a second. You can sign up for the newsletter right here with that link. If you sign up, you will get access to all of the synopsis, the interviews, the discussion questions beforehand. And also, if you wanted to have a discussion on screen and appear on screen with me, and so we can all chat about it, you can do that too. You just got to sign up for the newsletter so that you can test your computer and do all that stuff. And also let me know, hey, I want to come and chat because I got some things to say about the book. All right. Love to have you. Thank you for being here. And I will see you guys next month on the 16th at 4 p.m. where we're going to be discussing Magic Has No Borders. Thanks for being here. I'll see y'all later. Bye.